Che cazzo devo fare? What? Porco Giuda.
Ok. Partecipo, vado.
Sì. Aspetta che io ancora non sono riuscito a entrare.
Io sto aspettando, si sta aprendo.
Il volume, ok. Partecipa.
Ok, io sto aspettando che mi...
Anch'io. Che mi...
Ecco, sto entrando. Allora ci sentiamo dentro.
Sì, ciao.
Buona giornata, ciao, ciao.
Hi Zed.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Fine, fine. Sono sempre contento di sentirti. Io ti seguo tutti i giorni. I follow you every day, every afternoon, and every morning. Eh,
How have you been?
good, good. Not always, but I gain sometimes. Excuse me. You asked me. You what?
Yeah, I ask you how have you been? How's your training? How's life? How is everything?
Paolo, che cosa mi ha chiesto?
Come va tutto? Come va la vita? Come
good,
va in generale?
good,
Come va
good.
il trading?
Good, good, good. I would like to learn more. I would like to understand better your signal. I would like to understand better. You are very bravo. Si dice bravo in inglese, sì. You are very bravo to change the bias. You are
Yes.
you
It's
are you are incredible because
oh,
when I have a bias, for example, short, you when structure change because you the candle break a level high, you change immediately. I don't riuscire, I don't non riesco, Paolo, come si dice? I don't you change. For example, yesterday afternoon, okay, you supposed that market go up.
yes.
Um,
So at the moment, the market conditions are very difficult. It's like there's a bias to go up, and then
Paolo,
they switch the orders, and then they push it down. You know, it's very challenging at the minute with Trump and the war
okay.
and the tariffs. It's very difficult. So we have to trade what we get. So if they switch the books, we have to then go short. Or if it's short and they switch it, we go long. You know, it's very difficult. It's not a full delivery at the moment. Make sense?
Makes sense, makes sense. But you are brave. You are good to change this. When I make analysis, okay, you have
Yes.
a bias, okay, and you hope market to go in that in that situation. But you don't. I trade and I pry and trade, okay. Prego, Paolo,
Yes.
mi aiuti?
ok,
Io
sì,
prego e trado, ok? Cioè io prego che il mercato vada in quella direzione. I pray,
pray, yeah.
I
You
pray,
pray.
I
You
pray
pray. Okay.
that market go in that direction, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
So at the moment, it's because the markets are so volatile. You know, there's no certainty at all. I mean, it's all governed by balance. So you know, a lot of the times the trade should go to the delivery, and then they just reverse it at TP1, TP2, because there's no certainty in the market at the moment. Nobody knows what's happening. You know, it's any minute now we can get 100 pip spike. We don't know. So if the bias switched, we just have to change it. I mean, I don't personally like to change my bias if I'm bullish for the day. I just look for buys, but this is not the market to do that at the moment. So we have to just trade what we get given. Does that make sense? So if it's a bullish day and then they switch the books and they break structure, then we just look for sells, and vice versa. Make sense?
Just a minute. Paolo, cosa ha detto? Perché ha parlato
Sì,
molto
allora,
veloce. Ha parlato molto veloce. Sì.
sì, Zed, 1 minute I will translate for Paolo.
Okay.
Mi senti Paolo?
Sì, ti sento bene, ti sento bene.
Ah, ok. Niente, lui praticamente ha detto che il mercato adesso è altamente volatile e altamente incerto. Quindi purtroppo c'è sta cosa che magari lui ha comunque l'intenzione e ha studiato per entrare magari long, quella è la sua idea, e tutto di colpo poi deve cambiare e entrare short. Anche a lui non piace fare questa cosa, perché
Ok.
lui comunque quando vuole impostare un esempio di un trade long non è che poi vuole andare short, no?
Certo, certo.
E poi è anche proprio difficile adesso perché ci sono in questa condizione di mercato, ha detto che è veramente difficile, ci possono essere spike di 100 punti e quindi e poi ti trovi in difficoltà a capire poi come cazzo fa il mercato.
Ok.
Niente, semplicemente ha detto quello, che è difficile.
Va bene, andiamo avanti.
Ok, keep going.
Excuse me, Zed, una piccola, a little, parentesi come si dice? Little, una piccola parentesi. Paolo, come si dice piccola parentesi?
Parentesi.
Ah, vabbè, ok.
No, vabbè, adesso te lo dico.
Excuse me, Zed, where are
Bracco,
you?
sì.
Are you
I'm here.
in the States now?
No, I'm in the UK at the moment.
Ah, ok, ok.
Yes. Terrible weather.
In Italy too, eh? In Italy too.
Okay.
Ok.
So how are you getting on basically with your trading? Like, are you funded now? Do you have a funded account? Are you trading personal funds? Did you take the top step accounts?
Cosa ha detto?
I think he's trading his personal account on your trade. He's following your trade.
Okay.
Yes, yes, I follow
Your
your...
signals.
So are you not trading funded accounts?
No,
I don't
no.
think no funded account.
No, my money, my money.
Yeah, you need to start trading funded accounts in these conditions because
Okay.
Okay.
it's
This
very
is
very difficult
okay.
because you can
Okay.
buy
Yes.
50k for just
No,
20 euros, you know, 30 euros.
Yeah. Ha detto che è
sì,
meglio.
non usare i conti, sì.
Esatto.
No, io trado solo con i miei soldi. Sempre. Ok, oggi cosa mi fai vedere?
Did you take this trade this morning?
What?
This trade was very beautiful. Did you catch it?
Yes, no, just a question that I must say you this one.
Okay.
This is Nasdaq. No, this
Yes.
morning you show us German, giusto? German. Okay.
Axe.
DAX. Esatto.
Yes.
But this trend this morning, you said don't be greedy, okay? But
Yes. Let me
market
show you.
went normally a take profit. Cioè, you say
This,
you wrote don't be greedy, no? There
yes,
is
but
I go out when you write don't be greedy. I go out of market.
so did I. I got out here. I got out here. You see this gap?
Exactly there.
I I got out there because that to me is a failure candle. So because there was no wick on top of this candle, they could have reversed it straight back like they did. So I took profits here and I was happy with that. But it did go to the delivery and then come straight back. Can you see how it's behaving? It's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. This is a clean move. If you can get profits in this one move, be
Yes.
happy. Be happy. That's it. Take away, clean move. That's it because it wasn't 100% it was gonna go straight to hit. It did. You see how it closed? You see
Okay.
the close? But it wasn't 100%. So when I saw this candle, I just said close it because that's enough profit. That's like 20 points or so. So
Yes,
that was
yes,
the
yes.
reason behind that trade because if you would have stayed in, some people would have stayed in here to try and run this imbalance here, to try and run it to the top. But look what happened. It touched in, it comes straight back. So people will be selling here. So this is what they do. So people start selling here, they run it back. People start buying here, they run it back. People start selling, they run it back. You get the pattern. It's just consolidated zone.
Okay.
So that was my reasons behind this trade because we were so far extended from the open. It was a very big drop from here. So
Okay,
as it got very, very big, I wouldn't expect it to go right back straight away. So I was thinking one candle, at least 100% one candle, because this was a order block. So I was expecting the push.
okay.
Did you take that trade?
Yes, yes. But
Did you take the
I
Nasdaq?
go out where you go out. When you wrote don't be greedy, I go out. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Let me give you another example. Say you didn't get out here. Let's just say you didn't get out, yeah? And you, where's my thing here? Let's say you didn't get out and you have
My
10 points.
In Nasdaq this morning, I don't
15 points, because
the same in
if you
Nasdaq this morning.
if you would have been in profit up to here, you might have held it, you know, and then if you would have held it here to go higher, you would have been in trouble. So for me, this was the best outcome. So I was happy with that, you know, just to close from here. Same with the Nasdaq trade. The Nasdaq
Yes,
trade was very
the
clean,
same in the
very
Nasdaq.
beautiful
Yes,
trade.
yes.
This was very clean trade. You could see the volume. Look at the volume. You have to, you know, sometimes when we come to entries, because I've had some people say to me they get confused. It didn't close here. It didn't close above the entry, but look at the volume and we're in the macro. You know the macro, right? 10-2, 10 pass. You understand the macro?
Sai la macro, Paolo? Io non lo so sta cosa.
No, tell me please.
No,
No.
Yeah, look,
you don't
10,
know.
10-2, I'm sure we've been over this before, but look, 10-2, 10 pass macro. So if there's volume in the macro,
Yes.
10 to every hour, 10 to 10 past 20 minutes, the algorithms, they rebalance price. So this is what happened here. So the algorithm pushed down, it took the low, and then it ran. So this was beautiful. We didn't need confirmation. This is why I didn't say wait for confirmation on this. I just placed it the trade, and it ran straight, full delivery, straight up, because the macro sent it straight up. So this order block here was before the macro, so they was accumulating the price here.
Yes.
The macro start at 10-2, it took the low, and then it ran straight to the delivery. And this is calculated. So this is all calculated as well. So if you look at this from here, I'll show you where I got my entry. So if you look at this from here, this was the first trigger for the impulsive move. And the second balance was here. So we come straight back to this imbalance.
Yes.
That was the delivery. Perfect. So we was almost 50%, well, 75% up. So I was confident with this pullback, we would get the continuation. So the analysis was very simple today. It was just a break of structure this morning. Here at 8 o'clock, it ran the impulsive move. This, as you can see, is engineered. So for instance, I'll give you an example. If on the macro, the price delivered down, let's just say we got a down move on the macro like this and we took out this low, I would expect it to then take out this low, because this is engineered like this. Look, this is an engineered move. So I would expect it at some point today to come back for this, because it's engineered. So what they did, they tricked the sellers and pushed it straight through. So they took out all the stops everywhere. And what they did, they come back and they engineered another move. So I saw this before it happened. So I knew we would go higher. So same move, slightly different, but same move. And then the macro. So we had three confluences. So we had the down move already into the imbalance. You understand the imbalance moves,
Yes,
yeah?
yes, I know imbalance.
Look at the calculation. Perfect. Look. You can't get better than that, Paolo.
Yes,
Look.
yes.
Beautiful. Yeah. In premium. We delivered higher. See, I wasn't interested in this move because I wanted to see, are we going to close lower first? Because we could have come down. So I got the first confirmation. Then this confirmation here on the wick shows me that there was a lot of sell stops being ran. So they pushed it down. So now they took out the buy stop, sorry. So everybody got stopped out here selling. So what did they do? They pushed it up and they tricked them again. So everyone start buying here. Everyone start to buy, and then they whipped it right back down and trapped them again. And what do they do? What do they do here? Same principle. This candle look funny. Look at the candle. Can you see the candle? It's got no wick. It's got nothing. This is like an error. This candle really doesn't exist. In my opinion, this is one candle. So if you go to the 10 minutes, you see what I mean. Look,
Yes,
if you go,
okay, one candle.
one candle, 10 minutes. Yeah. So that candle there, there's your block on the 10 minutes. There's the macro. Very easy analysis this morning. Very easy. Very clean. Very clean. And then we just run straight back to premium. And can you see how it's behaving in premium now? So premium now is just behaving like this. So it's just going to sit here until CPI, not CPI, to unemployment claims. And then where do we go next? We run straight higher to the higher premium. So we go higher today. So the next trade will be something.
Just a minute. Paolo, scusa, hai capito queste due linee verticali sono un intervallo di tempo tra le 8 e 2 e le 9 e 2? Cosa
Quelle che dice la macro, che diceva lui,
sì,
le
quella
due linee
macro che tu
verticali.
dici.
Zeb, can you explain, Paolo, us again the vertical line that you call them macro? The
Yes,
time. Paolo didn't
three,
understand that kind of time.
Of course, I have explained this to him before, but there's 3 macros in the day. So you have 8 macro, you have 3 p.m. macro, and you have 7 p.m. macro. And on those macros, that's when the algorithms really move. Like they really move. As you can see from here, straight up. And if you check, it does work every hour, but most hours they don't work. So if you just use the 3 macro basis, like I do, London session, New York session, and then 7 p.m. So 7 p.m. macro always works as well at night. I'll show you here. Look, so this is the PM macro.
To translate to Paolo, these are 3 macro in there are 3 macro in the days, 8, 3, and 7 p.m. right?
Yes.
And in this time the price will move.
Ma quanto durano? Quanto durano?
Okay.
Exactly. So
how long? Paolo is asking me how long every macro lasts?
20 minutes.
20. Okay, 20 minuti.
Okay. I've told him this many times. I know I have. I've mentioned this to him many times. So look, if you look at the 7 o'clock macro, there's no trade. There's no high and there's no low in the macro. So this is choppy. So I wouldn't even trade this. But if you go to like a New York session, you can see the macro straight away delivers instantly. So if you go from here, 10-2 to 10 past, 10 to 10 past, what happens? The macro finished, but it took the high, yeah? So what you're looking for a high or low to be ran, and then the opposite direction. That's how the macro normally works. So this macro finished at New York. We know we're going to get volume. So this traps buyers now. So people start buying this candle. They reverse it on the macro. What do? They bring it straight back down to premium. And then that's how it works. Here, there was no high or low really ran here. Well, there was, look, the low was ran here. But because it's late in the evening, I wouldn't really entertain that personally. But you can see, oh, sorry, I've got the wrong time here. Sorry, I apologize. I got the wrong time here. This is 7 macro. That's wrong timing. 10-2. Yeah, so as you can see on this macro, they ran the high. They ran the low, sorry, look. So the low got taken in premium. Can you see that? Yeah. That low there got taken out. So then the algorithm switched on, took that out, and where does it go now? Buy side. It's the same. It's the same thing every day. It doesn't change. It's been doing that for the last 30 years. Same. It's just same principle. So at the 3 o'clock macro is very volatile because it's market open. So if you look at the macro at that's wrong again. Look, sorry, I've got it on the wrong time. Look, this is 3 o'clock. This is 10 past 3. This is 3. That's it. Wrong macro. 10-2. So this macro, so you can see here, we had it opened here on the low. This would have been tricky. This one could have been tricky, but it opened on the low, but it didn't close above the high. So there wasn't really a trade here on this, but because it's New York, you can see it's quite volatile. So all it does is just reverse. So that wouldn't have been a really safe trade to take, but you could have took the trade anyway, because you could have traded into the imbalance here. So this imbalance, it tapped in. I think we took this. I did call this yesterday. This is one of the trades in the group yesterday. So I just took the imbalance trade. So it traded back into the imbalance, got rejected, straight down. Yeah, we did catch this in the group. Yes, and then it's the same principle. So then it traded straight back into this imbalance. You know the process, P. Look, you just gotta calculate it. It needs to reject in premium. As soon as it rejects and close in premium, take the trade. It's the same process over and over and over and over. As soon as it closes, it wicks in, closes, it wicks in 50%, straight down. And then same. So all the macros, they kind of work the same. They kind of work. So what you've got to also look for in the macro, do we have an imbalance above or below? So this one was very clean because we had the imbalance here. So we had an imbalance here, and then we had another imbalance. Where did we get the other imbalance? We had another imbalance here, and we had a block. So there were so many confluences here. So we had one imbalance there that got taken out, which created some sort of order block. Then it created another order block there. The macro kicked in, and then there was another imbalance here. Perfect. I knew this would go. This is why I went very heavy in this trade. And that's it. That was for this morning's trade. But this is how, this is how it works. So if I was going to frame this trade for this afternoon, this is what I'm looking at now. So I'm looking at this level. I will be looking at around this block here for an entry. So I'll be doing something like this. I'll be looking for, get rid of this. So it'd be something like this. I'll say, because we've got a block here, we could push back into this block as well. So I would like to keep the entry above, say 30. I say the entry above it. If we could close above here, we go straight back up to, I would say, 15-minute. I'd say we go straight up to this level here-ish. I'd say this imbalance. This is a very interesting area for me here. So I would say this area here would be my target. If we could get that at unemployment claims, that would be very good. I think we could go higher though. I think we could go up to, say, around about here. So that would be, because it's highs here. So because we've got equal highs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got premium here. So we've got a block here. We've got an order block here. Fractal there, fractal there. We definitely go up to here on unemployment claims, which is in an hour. So that's what I think the trade would be. So for TPs, I would just look for something like this. TP1 would be this imbalance here is cleared. So I would say round about, what price is that? Imbalance there. I'd say that's 54. You see, it's not that difficult, is it? It's just very easy, like just to do analysis.
Okay.
It's just, obviously, I have other things like volume metrics, but that's not really needed just to do what I'm doing here. And then another high there, so that's it.
Excuse me, Zed.
Yes.
Perdonami, but
I'm going to send this to you now, yeah?
Make analysis from start, please.
Okay, 1 second.
Why we will entry there, for example?
Why we will what? Sorry?
Allora, Paolo, scusa.
Can we make
che ti facessimo l'analisi da capo?
Can we make this?
Non i take profit, ma la entry.
Yeah. Can we make this last analysis?
Yes.
From the beginning, without zone, without anything, to just understand where is the point to begin.
Of course, I've just sent this to you on your Telegram as well. Yeah, this analysis, so you can review it when it plays out later. It should go through now. 1 second. So I just sent you that analysis. So let's start again. So I will delete all of this.
Okay. This would be a good idea to exactly delete everything and understand.
Okay, so look, if we look on the higher time frame, so we're on the 30-minute now, we can see we're bullish. Yeah, we can see we're going higher.
Yeah.
We've taken out this high, so we will come back into this imbalance. So every time we take out a high, we trade back into an imbalance. We took out a high there, we trade into this imbalance. We took out a high here, we trade back into this imbalance. So in my mind today, we go higher. So I'm expecting higher pricing. At the moment, we're stuck in this. Okay, so for me, unless we close under here, we go straight back down. If we close above, we go straight back up. So that's just a quick look on the 30 minutes. I've got a 30-minute, I've got 4 different charts sitting in front of me, so I can see this already. So I'm expecting price to go higher. One, because we have an imbalance below this imbalance. We've actually closed above this imbalance. So this is a valid long situation right now. So now I'll go to the 15 minutes and I'll do the same thing. So I can see on the 15 minutes, we've got this high, and this high. They look very weak. Not a lot of volume here. So there's sell stops all the way down. So just from that analysis there, I think we go higher. We could go lower, of course, but I think we go higher. So underneath, we have this to look for, and we have this if we go lower. So if we was to go lower, we just come straight back to the block. So then I'll go to the 5 minutes, and then I'll start looking for my premium levels. So where could we actually go to? So I would expect if we're sitting here at this level, because it does look like we could go down because there's a lot of liquidity here, but I don't think so. I don't think so. So this is strong liquidity here. So it could push back to here and then continue up. The only reason I think we go higher because we've got these equal highs here, which I think will get ran today. But obviously we could actually do something like this. I mean, I'm not always 100% right, but we could do something just like that.
Okay.
I don't think so, though, because we've opened today and we're very bullish. So I don't think we're going lower. So then what I would look for here now is, let me get rid of this for an entry method. We know we've got these imbalances here, yeah? So we don't really want to be trading below these again. So we look at these as support now. So what I'm looking for is where could I enter this market? So if I go back to the 15-minute, I can see this already. I've got it on another screen. But if you look on the 15-minute, we have an imbalance, yeah? So this imbalance needs to hold. This imbalance here would be my trigger for entry. So then I'll go back to the 5 minutes.
What about the other imbalance below?
Which one is that?
If you see there are other imbalance below.
On the 15-minute?
Yeah, on the left, going down.
Yeah, there's lots. There's 1, 2, 3, but they're very big. They're very strong.
Why do you decide to take the first imbalance and not the other?
Because we're already high, and remember I'm saying we're in this imbalance.
Okay.
Yeah, so we've inversed this already. So the orders have been inversed here. So these ones for me are kind of invalid. And even if it does come back to these ones, my entry would still be up here. I wouldn't enter here because if we're dipping into 50% of this last imbalance, yeah, 50% is here. If we're dipping, there's a possibility we could just close below, respect the trend line, and come straight back down. Okay. So I'm not actually interested if it comes back to these. Even if it comes back to these, I still won't take the entry until we're back up here because this is more important. Make sense?
Yes.
Look at the behavior already. It's already come down and it's tapped into 50%. This move here done this whole impulsive move. All of that move was made from this one imbalance. So I know this is very strong, very, very strong. And now we've closed above. I'm expecting this to go higher. I'm not expecting it to come back to these. It can.
Correct.
Make sense?
Yes, Zed.
Okay, so let me get rid of that now. So we've got a 15 minutes. So in our range now, we can see we have a 15-minute imbalance. So what I will be looking for, obviously I wouldn't be looking to take this trade now because we're not in time. We're not in phase to take the trade. So we'd have to be at least, I'd say 1:30 till 2 o'clock to start looking for trades. But this is what I would be looking for. So I would look for an entry above, I would say 30s, because it's a round number. So I'd say above the imbalance, I say around about 36. Let me go back to this. This is just an example. I'm not looking to take this trade. It's just an example because we're not in the timing at the moment. We don't take trades at 12 o'clock. It's too early. There's not enough volume. But this is what I'll be looking for. So we know we've got a 15-minute imbalance. So we know we're not going to take trades underneath because it could just get rejected and come down. Yeah, it could start doing something like that. Up, down, up, down. So let me just give you scenarios. So because we're in the 50-minute balance, it could come like that, and start, and then break out or break lower. So I would need to see confirmation on this. So I would need to see a close above this 15 minutes and plus above this equal highs. So once I would see something like that, I would then, I'll just get rid of this. I would then get my framework. I would then look for.
Always in the macro timing then?
Not always, no.
Okay.
Not always, no. But I wouldn't trade now at this time. This is not the time to trade now. And plus, we've got news in an hour, so I wouldn't trade now because they're just going to consolidate. But I believe this would be the play. So then, what I would do, I would look for at least 100 points out of this. So I'd go to say, I'll say 930s. Let's see. Let me have a look. So I'd say let's just say 930s to make. Let's just say 930s. Then what I would do, I would look and say, okay, so we've got roughly 25 point stop. We have no confirmation yet. Obviously, we need the confirmation. We need a close above because we've got an imbalance above there. So I'd even say a little bit higher just to be safe. I'd say around here, close above here. I'd be happy for that, to take that trade. And then what I would look for is just premium levels. So what would stop it going any higher? So look, so we know we have an imbalance there that got mitigated. There's no imbalances here. So this is going to run straight to the high. So if it comes up, this will run really fast. So what level is that? That's 78. So what I would do, I would look 78, I'd say TP1. 78 TP1. And then I'd look for another imbalance, or I'd look for an order block in that same space. And I would say something like, this is interesting because you can see we pushed down, we pushed up. So I'd say there's a lot of orders sitting here. So what price is that? That price is 900s. So now I would look at 900 and I'll go straight back to 900. And then I'd look for a TP level. So let's just get the end result would be something like, what information do we have here? I mean, I think we go higher today. I think we take out all of this today. I think we go higher than this, but I would look and I'd say, okay, what do we have here? What shows me that we could do some magic here? So we have an order block here above, just above. Then we have another order block above here. So to be safe, I would probably just call it here. Just call it here. This is not doing calculations. This is just looking at the price action. So I would just call it here. I'd flick it through and I'd say, okay, where are we within that block? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're in that block there. You can see the order block there clearly, yeah? Clear order block there. So what I would do, I just calculate that. And I'll say, okay, we've got 100 points there. Premium levels there. That would be the trade. And that's what I do. And then I would send that in the group and we just see what happens. And it's as easy as that. It's literally, that is how I do my analysis. And obviously I've got stuff that can measure volume, but that's got nothing to do with how I set up the trade. So what I would want to see now, I'd want to see at unemployment claims, I'd want to see a good consolidation here for the next hour, just playing about here because we've got the 15-minute block. We've got another block here. I don't know if you can see that 5 minutes there. Tiny, but that's like a breaker block. So as soon as we wick in, I wouldn't take the trade. I'd want to see a wick in, then some sort of wick down and a close, then we go straight up. That's what I think will happen today at 2:30, at 1:30. Sorry. So, any questions? You see how easy that is? It's straightforward. There's no like anything complicated about it. I'm just looking at market structure because we're going higher. So if you look at the 1 hour, we're going higher today. Look at these bullish candles. You know, is a lot of buying pressure. Look at this candle from here in the morning. There's a lot of, it's gone up. They've collected orders all morning. They pushed it straight back up. They're collecting more orders, pushing more orders. They're doing that to take out this. Make sense?
Makes sense.
So what we'll do, we will end back up in this structure. So you see this structure here? We will end back in there at some point today, I believe. So at some point today, we will push. Or maybe not today, but I believe we're going for this. So we'll end up pushing straight back into this, something like that. And then probably all-time highs again. Something like that. So that's with regards to analysis. That's what I'm looking at. You know, it's very, very simple stuff, nothing complicated. All I'm doing is my calculations and that's it. For instance, like if you look at the hourly and you do your calculations, it's a little bit easier because you've got bigger blocks. So if you would have calculated this on an hourly, you see where it closed on your premium level. So it created an hour block. It pushed down, consolidated, created an order block here, back into premium, and then delivered up. So if you're looking for another entry to get out, this is the biggest block I can see so far on here. Just match the volumes, because the volume's big. And there we go. So if you can see, look, I haven't done that before, but you can see volume to volume. Look how it behaves in premium. Rejection, 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 delivery all the way down. So because we've had that rejection, I would expect today to see us straight back in there. And that is TP2. Yeah, TP2 rejection. The top of that range would be full delivery, because they will probably take out those pending orders there, because you've got a lot of stops. So imagine this area here is full of buy sell stops. All of this area here, people have got stop losses, stop losses, stop losses. So I would expect the algorithm to come straight up here, straight out. Makes sense? Is this making sense?
Yes, makes sense. Dopo,
Questions?
Domande?
allora, domande, 10.000 domande.
Thousand
No, questo l'ho
questions.
capito. This is easy for us after you explained. Easy.
For instance, let me break this, because this is very clean. You see these wicks? You see this? This is a lot of information. A lot of information. When you see a wick bigger than 50 points, we are going that direction. Look, that's 100 points. That's 200, 120 point wick. There's no way you could be looking for sales on this day. You just buy. So if you look at that information and you calculate the wick, say we're on a downtrend, we get this move now coming down, where would you want to take profits here? So if you know we went up bullish, where would you get out? You'd get out here. As soon as it comes straight back down, you get out. Look how it behaved. Look, it comes straight down to the wick, calculated, took out buy stops, and then went straight back up. Can you see the behavior though? Listen, this is all you need. Listen, this is the key to the market. There is nothing else. Without this, I couldn't trade. This is just calculates everything. I don't need to do anything. All I do is sit and wait. Trading with the group is a little bit more difficult, because I have to explain things and I have to do certain things. But normally when I trade by myself, when the price comes into this level, say like this, for instance, when the price would come into this level, you see this top wick, I would sell instantly. I wouldn't tell the group. I'd tell the group when we say about here, because it's safe. Do you know what I mean? We've already broke structure. I know we're definitely going down, but for me, on an impulsive move, soon as it travel back into here, I'll be selling. It might push up here, but I would see the way this behaves, sell, and then look at that reward straight down. And that's only looking at premium levels. That's it. The algorithm is only looking for these blue lines, these two blue lines. That's all it does. It doesn't do anything else. It's just looking for these magic lines, and that's it. You can calculate any of this and it will go straight back to the levels. Look at this block. Straight back to the levels. Straight back. Look. Wick, top. That's the structure block. Straight back. It doesn't do anything else. All it's doing is seeking liquidity and looking for algorithmic code, and which is the blue lines. And it just bounces back and forth. That's all it does. Back and forth. And then when you get really good, you can do it on the 1 minute, and then you can make lots of money. You know, lots and lots of money. When you get good at it, you can do that. So look, we've got an entry already on this. Can you see? So we've got an entry. I don't like to trade at this time, but this is a solid trade. This will be a solid trade.
Okay.
So, you know, this would be a solid trade. Wait for it to close, but we will get a lot of consolidation, though. A lot of consolidation, because we've got news coming in. We've got unemployment claims. So it will probably close here, and then it will just like consolidate, maybe push down, but it won't close below this again. I don't believe we'll close below this again. So this 28 point stop is valid. So it should just consolidate here and then just continue up slowly, because we've got premium here. So it's got to travel. It's like a magnet. It's got to travel back to these levels. Questions?
No questions. No.
Paolo,
Dimmi.
magari gli chiedo da parte tua una cosa, no?
Sì.
I got a question, Zed.
Do you trade? What's your name again? I forgot your name.
Paolo 2.
Paolo, too. Do you trade as well?
Not much, but I like it.
Is this making sense to you as well?
Yeah, I'm just a beginner. So what I have understood is that the fundamental thing is maybe to draw the blue line, the FIBO, the algorithm. I don't know how
Yes.
you call it, but maybe the fundamental thing is when you open the chart. For example, a beginner like me, I open the chart today. I think that the first thing and the fundamental thing is understand where I have to draw these levels. Otherwise, I will not understand where the price will react.
Okay, that's very easy. I'm gonna show you now.
I think the problem for a beginner and also for a person who wants to understand is every day understand when you have to draw these levels. Otherwise, you will not understand how the price will go. Then I understood, as you were telling before, that when the price is going up and it touches the blue line, then you sell. And you do the same thing if you want to buy below. But I have to understand, not me, but probably you have to understand where you have to draw these blue levels. So this is the fundamental thing, I think. Then you can add the times, understanding the imbalance and all the other things. But without these blue levels, I think it's difficult.
Yes, I'm gonna show you now how to an easy way to do it.
Yeah.
Let me just send you this chart.
Maybe we can do an example with, I don't know, yesterday or another day.
Or what else? What other things do you trade? Do you trade something else or just Nasdaq?
Yeah, Nasdaq, it's okay. We are on Nasdaq. We can do it like this. So it's easy for Paolo. Paolo trade the Nasdaq, so we can do the example on this chart.
Paolo, did you get the gold trade the other day?
Gold. Yesterday I traded gold.
What about the other day? It was like 250 points or something. Did you get that?
Hai preso ieri il trade di 200 punti?
No, sull'oro no. Sull'oro ero long da ieri mattina e sono stato in drawdown tutto il pomeriggio.
It was long on gold yesterday, but it was in drawdown all during the day.
Okay. Let me show you what I would do. So if you come to the chart, the easiest way to do it, the easiest way to do this is to look at the 15 minutes, mark out get your tool. Okay. We're going up. Yeah, we're going up. So we start from the bottom. We calculate from the top. So we've got that level beneath. We've got that level beneath. So if we come down, we want to see reactions from here. So if you, for instance, if you come down to this level, you won't take the trade on the 15 minutes. I'm just marking it out on the 15 minutes just to show you. So you've got this level as well, remember? So we come down. So we've come down to this level. So what we do is we calculate this one coming down. So we'd want to see how if it taps back into this. But when you do this, the charts get a little bit messy. But so this area here is very key. This area is very key. So you don't really need this one now. Get rid of that. So then you will see where's the imbalance above. We have inversion here. So this is a good one. I would mark this because this stands out quite a lot. So this is going up. So I would mark this like that.
Even if they are mitigated,
yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still valid. Yeah, still valid. Still valid. So there is none here.
Sorry, that you take just the one on the top?
No, so there's one here as well.
Okay.
So I need to see. So the reaction time, the reaction is the important thing to learn. So let's just say we're in this range now, yes? So we're in this range. I'd go back to the 5 minute. This trade is actually working now. It's delivering. So I'd go back to the 5 minutes and then I would say to myself, okay, how do I get into this trade now? So I would wait for a consolidation like we did have here. There's another imbalance there. If you're not in already from this move here, I would then wait for another retest somewhere. Like, so this is the last imbalance on the 5 minutes. I'd wait for it to come back here. If it doesn't, then it's going to go. But if I would wait for either to tap into here and then create another imbalance, then I'll get in. So like, for instance, it's tapped into this one. It hasn't really made an imbalance until here, which is a little bit late to get in. Because if you get in there, you're in a little bit of drawdown. So then wait for the consolidation. Look for, you can see that we broke structure. We it created a tiny imbalance here, and we did retest. We actually did retest that, so you could have got in there. You actually could have took the entry on this one because it did actually retest. So it closed here, but as you can see where it's closed there, it's come straight back down to here. So then you could have got in there. You could have kind of got in there. So the original move would have been there, and it's pushed it down. So you could have actually got in on this candle, and there you go. There's your trade. And then look for the last high as well. So even that is a small move, but it's still a lot of points. So if you look at this from here to the last high, that's 25 points, 24 points, 22 points. That's how I would look at the market. So I would try and get in on a pullback somewhere. So we know now we're going to go straight up to here because look, there is no other imbalance there. There's nothing on the left really that is going to draw to. There is this one, but we're already past it. It's past it already, so that's not valid. So you can see, look, no imbalances here. It's all been mitigated. So this is smooth. You see how smooth these edges are? Smooth, smooth, smooth. Definitely will run past this and think there's nothing else really. You've got tiny imbalances there, and then you've got a huge one here. So it's not going to go for these little orders. It's going to go for this big one. So then I would just leave that. Watch it run straight, which it will do. It will go straight into there with the news at 1:30. It will run straight up into this premium level. And you can do it on a 15-minute. It just depends on your risk. I mean, on a 30-minute. It just depends on how much leverage you can use for your stop loss. Because obviously, bigger time frame, bigger stop losses. So, for instance, if you was to look at this, you would just do your calculation here. Once you had that impulsive move, you wouldn't actually take this trade because there's no retest. Look, so you're getting here on this. Let's just say let me just show you something quickly so it makes more sense. Where's my tool? What was I on? 30-minute. Why has it changed? Was I just on this? Yeah, I was on this. So that's the 30-minute. So
yeah.
What was I just looking at? 30-minute. I can't. Was it on the hourly or the 30-minute?
We start with the 15 minutes before.
15-minute, then hourly. I think it was a 30-minute, wasn't it? Or was it 15? Let's just say the 30-minute. Let's just say you got a wider stop because it's actually easier to trade it on the 30-minute, but you need wider stops because the price action is a little bit more cleaner. So if you was coming down to here, just consolidating here. So look at this range here. It's just consolidating within this block here. So you got an imbalance there.
Okay.
It trades straight back in, trades out, trades back in. So this is quite horrible. I wouldn't really mess around with that, for instance. So let's look for another one. This one, for example. Let's just say you missed this move. Let's say, oh, that's why, because it's on replay already. That's why. Look, it's on replay. Let me take the replay off. One second.
Okay.
That's why I couldn't see it. Okay. All right. So let me just explain what I was gonna show you at the beginning. So where was I looking? 30-minute. Yes, this is what I was gonna explain to you, and I was gonna show you without the thing. But why is it going so far back? I don't know why it's doing that. Forget that. But this is what I was going to show you. So if you're looking for, if you're trading on the higher time frames, it's a lot safer and it's a lot cleaner. You just need bigger risk. So if we had this one impulsive move, okay, you wouldn't trade this move because we've closed, but we haven't come back into premium. Can you see that candle?
Yeah.
We didn't come back in. We closed above, which is strong. That's telling me that's very strong. When you get a level that closes above premium and it leaves a tiny wick or no wick, really you want to see no wick and then it just run. So that you could have took an entry there, would have been very safe. You could have got in on the run of that. It would have just kept going to take out this high. Didn't get to that high. But what I'm trying to show you is wait for the retest. Look, it comes straight back. Where did it come back to? it comes straight back to premium. Can you see how clean that is? Like I can't make that up. Like, I'm not, like I can't fake that. That comes straight back to the algorithm. Straight back, not even a tick, right into the tick. So you could have had pending orders sitting there. So you could have had a buy order sitting here. As soon as it come down, wait, because look, this is a very strong candle. We have a huge order block here, huge block here. Yeah, we closed back above the block. We didn't close above the block. We ran above the block. So we're not gonna, now we've run above the block. We're not gonna now run back under that, because look at the structure.
Zed,
And you can,
I have a little question. Your order block, scusami se ti chiedo questa domanda così banale, no? Ma il tuo order block, mi dici come prendi il tuo order block, per favore? Please, tell us which is your order block.
How do you choose?
yeah, these are order blocks. Look, straight down, straight up, straight down. So they created blocks here. Block,
the way you draw the block. Yeah.
Yeah, so I use the volumes, mainly use volume in the block. I don't use the candles. I don't use the wicks.
Okay.
But look, block, 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 block. If you've got more than 3 candles or three candles, it's a block. You've got 3 back-to-back volumes together, that's a block. That's a block. There's a lot of blocks here. So this is another block, look. So it's just accumulating inside the block, and then it takes off. So that's how you draw a block. So this, I don't know why it stopped here. If we calculate this, we'll probably get some information, but I don't know why it would have stopped here. So if we calculate that like that, well, there you go. Look, straight into premium. So it comes straight back into premium. Made a block. This is sort of a block because the volume's within that first premium level, and then comes straight back down. And if you look here as well, you could have had your stop here. So let's just say you took this trade, for instance. Let's just say you got in here, you had a pending order. Your stop is here. So you're risking 15 points to say, this is a very interesting high here, this. Because this move here made this whole delivery down. So you could have traded that and had that. So that's a big move. That's 240 points. It will take the whole day, but it's, you know, you can just take the trade and walk away. Do you see what I mean?
Questa strategia è fantastica. Paolo, io ho capito bene questa strategia.
And there's blocks
Zed,
block.
Thank you, Zed. Strategy with imbalance on a big candle is fantastic.
But that's what I do.
I understood.
That's how I trade. That's exactly what I do. I'm trading from imbalance to imbalance, really. It's from block to block.
So each day you can find a trade.
Yeah, that's how I find. And there's always setups. There's always imbalances. There's always order blocks everywhere.
Yes.
Anywhere the candle's moving, it's leaving behind blocks or imbalances. And then what you want to do, if, for instance, if we're going up and then we close, if we don't go all the way, for instance, if we don't go all the way up and then we come down, see, I wouldn't be selling into any of this. So a lot of retail traders, what they do, they start, when they see a bearish candle, they start to sell into this area. Let me get rid of this. They would see it's run a last high, yeah? So it's taking out the last high. In theory, when the price takes out the high, it should then take out the last low. Not necessarily. So I wouldn't be selling this market until we got down to somewhere like here. You know, like when you say to me, oh, you changed your bias. I changed the bias because we've broken all of these levels, all of these levels. We cannot go back up until we take out some lower liquidity. Make sense? So there's always a reason and there's always a reason for the switch of bias. So I'm not gonna, for instance, if we close down here now, we've come all the way back. I'm not gonna now look for buys because we've already broken all this structure. Do you know what I mean?
I understood it, Zed. When I analyze,
you see how this trade is playing. You see, I done the analysis in front of you, yeah, on this trade. Do you see how easy it was? How I did it. It was so easy, right? 15-minute imbalance. We've run loads of structure here. 15-minute imbalance. Another imbalance was formed here. There's your entry. Clean. Straight in. No drawdown. Well, a little bit of drawdown. So it had a like 10 points drawdown. And you're running 25 points. I mean, all you need is 25 points a day. if you can do one micro, one lot, sorry, or 2 lots, that's £300. You do 2 lots, that's £600. That one little move, that's it. You're done for the day. And this will go higher. I'm confident we will get a full delivery straight up with unemployment claims. We'll stay on to unemployment claims. Have you got another 20 minutes?
C'hai altri 20 minuti, Paolo?
Addirittura. Grazie, Zed.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll watch it. We'll watch unemployment claims, and then I'll show you how it works. So I'm expecting now some sort of consolidation.
Mm-hmm.
We might get a wick down because it's unemployment claims. It's volatile, so it might just push straight down and then go straight up. But I believe this will be the delivery. I could be wrong. Listen, I could be wrong. But if we're in already, we would have got TP1. We'll definitely get TP1, and then TP1 stop at break even. Are you having any problems with the setups that I'm sending? So if I'm sending this in, are you understanding all of this? Okay.
Se ti invia tutte queste cose le capisci? Cioè il grafico con tutte queste robe?
Assolutamente sì. Infatti era quello che ti volevo... Scusami, parlo italiano. Digli sì, che è quello che io vorrei, che lui mi mandasse queste analisi in modo tale che io possa analizzarle per imparare.
He would like every day to have analysis like that, so he can analyze them and learn from all the things that you are doing.
Sorry. I just had to leave the room. Sorry for 1 second. Repeat that again.
Okay. Paolo is happy of this analysis, and he would like every day to have this kind of analysis with all the data that you gave us, so he can do a better study.
Yes.
With all this level, with all the premium area, with everything, so he can understand the study more.
I'm going to go live very soon this month. At some point, I'm going to start doing live session.
Okay.
But the thing is, in the live session, I'm not going to show all of this stuff.
Yeah,
I'm not going to show any of this. I'm just going to do the analysis, and that's it. But yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start doing it live, so it's easy. But Paolo, you've had a lot of one-on-one session now. This should be easy for you. It's the same thing I've been saying from the first time we done one at SST to now. I'm doing the same stuff, nothing different. It's exactly the same.
Scusa, che ha detto?
No, ha detto che
è da sempre
dalla lezione
sì.
Sì, esatto.
La mia testa è molto dura. My head is hard.
It's very hard. Yeah.
It's like my head is hard. But with you is very, very simple. All that
it's not that simple. Trust me. I lose a lot of money sometimes as well. Don't get it wrong. I lose a lot of money and I cause a lot of problems for myself. But for me, it's my brain. It's not my system. Sometimes I get in my way, I'm only human. It happens. It happens. Even though sometimes I know all of this, I might go very heavy here, very, very heavy, big lot size, and I don't take profit, and then it comes back, and then I leave it, and then I get stopped out. I make mistakes as well. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
No one's perfect.
Yeah, sure.
Scusa, che ha detto Paolo?
No, ho detto che anche tu dici, hai detto la testa dura, che magari è difficile da solo le robe. Lui ha detto, ma guarda che sbaglio anch'io un botto di volte, e a volte metto tanti lotti, come per esempio in questa operazione, poi me ne vado, mi prende lo stop. Certo. Parte del gioco, part of the game.
Yeah. So can you see why it's traveling, why it's going up? You see how it's like a magnet. It's like the algorithm has to go back to those levels to recalibrate, should I say, to reprogram. So TPs are very important most of the time, because we need to see how it reacts at TPs, because sometimes we might get a candle that does that straight in like that, and then just next one coming all the way back down, because it's collected the main orders here. So that's why I always say, once we hit TP1, take profits, stop at break even, and then if we close to TP2, stop at TP1. If we're near here, stop at TP2. Does that make sense? Because a lot of people get confused.
I do.
A lot of people get confused with that, because some people, they message me and they're at like TP2 and they say, what do I do? Do I take profit or do I move my stop? And I'm like, guys, I explain it all the time. Soon we get into the trade. Soon as it hits TP1, we close. We close a portion of the trade and then we close. If we have better markets, we could add at TP1 and we could add at TP2 and close at TP3 or full delivery. But we're not in that. This is not the market for that at the moment because we don't even know what's going on. Like I'm saying, my systems are telling me we go up here. I've got volumetric is very high. I believe we go straight up, but there is a possibility Trump could say something, or there could be a news release and it just go all the way down again. You know, it happens. Any questions?
Analysis is good, but we don't know.
Sì, no, su questo nessuna domanda. No questions on this. I understood perfectly, and I follow you perfectly on this signal. There is no problem. The problem is to understand exactly the graph on the entry. For me, that is the one of la più grande difficoltà, cioè conosco tutta, I know all theory, imbalance Fibbo or the block that Fibbo, but no, I don't try, non trovo, no, I don't try the perfect entry.
It is difficult.
So this entry, look, so you can see here, this was a 15-minute block, yeah? So we know we're not going to take an entry underneath, are we? We're not going to take a buy here because we could get rejected here. This candle could have closed and come straight back down. It didn't, did it? So it didn't do that. So it closed above, which that is telling us we're going higher for the moment, okay? So then what is higher? This. What else do we have higher than that? We have premium. So this is premium, by the way. That was the premium calculation. So when you see that we've closed above the 15, we have huge blocks here, because some people get it wrong. Some people think when there's a big 15-minute block or 5-minute block like that, the price has to come back and take it out. No, absolutely not. All this is just an imbalance. So the imbalance is the algorithms or the smart engines or the computers. They haven't collected all the orders. It's like a big slippage. It's just pushed all the way up. Orders were missed. They come straight back for the orders, but they only come back to the premium levels of the orders. If you ask me why, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know why it's always 5 and 15%. I couldn't tell you. But that is how the algorithms is programmed. You can see the program here. Look, so once you got this candle yesterday, or this morning, sorry, 6 o'clock, I wasn't sleeping. I didn't take this trade. But once you got that candle, you wouldn't get in here. That would be wrong because we haven't come into premium. You could get in here. Absolutely. But look, if you'd have got in there and put your stop below, you still wouldn't have got stopped out. You still would have had a clean trade. Look, your stop would have been below, just below, maybe 1 or 2 points below. Can you see how clean that is? You would have been in the trade. You'd have been in profit. Okay, it come back to premium. Look how it's behaving. Reaction, 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 reaction. You know it's not going to now go the lower because it's already respecting the level. It did try to push a little bit lower, but it didn't. And look at that trade. Beautiful trade. Absolute beautiful. All the way up. So just look for imbalances. If you're trading by yourself, just look for 15-minute ones because the 15-minute ones are very strong. So if you're looking for 15-minute imbalances, trade them only. So if you look at this, Paolo, yeah? Yesterday, for instance, from there to there, we come down, yeah? What do you do here? Now this is difficult. So look, this is a good example. This 15-minute is difficult to trade on the 15-minute because look, the 15-minute, there's no confirmation. We're going straight up. Yeah, we're closing above the 50%, below the 50%, but you don't want to see that. You want to see really a close in the premium and then a close below. But if you go down to the 5 minutes now, look at the difference on the 5 minutes candles. So if you go to the 5 minute, look how it respects on the 5 minutes. So if you got, is that at the right level? Yeah, it's the right level there. That's the right level. So if you look on the 15-minute, it's still a little bit tricky. I mean, yeah, I can't remember if we took this trade. Yeah, we did take this trade. We took the trade on the 5 minute. This is one in the group. We actually took it here. But I'm saying on the 15-minute, sometimes it can look tricky. But if you'd have looked closer on the 5 minute, you would have seen an entry. That's what I'm trying to get at. So that would have been a premium on the 5 minutes. We tapped it and we left. So that's another thing as well. If we tap the edge of the level and you get a reaction like that, that's a sell. So it's coming, it's tapped, it's sold. But you might have been stopped out on this one actually because look, it went above. This candle is messing around and it went above. That's why sometimes if you've got a 15-minute and you've got a 5-minute like that, and it looks like that on the 15, maybe stay away unless you've caught the entry up here somewhere. So there's little things you've got to look for. So just play with it. Like today, just have a look at the candles, go over the 15 minutes, go back and just see, like, what do I need to do? I'll give you a prime example. Look at this, for instance. This, you could have waited a whole day for this move. This was 2 days. If you'd have just waited for this 15-minute imbalance, look what it did. Look what it did, yeah? So if you'd have waited 2 days, it come back premium. So you would have waited 24 hours maybe. What time was that? That was 4 o'clock. Yeah, 24 hours you'd have waited, yeah? No trade. Soon as you come into here, look at that move. Absolute beautiful move. No one can tell you it's going to do that here unless you got premium level. So if you had a pending order here, you could have got in there. Look at that, straight back up for that last high. That's a 200-point move. We caught that. I put that in the group yesterday that we caught this move. That's a 200-point move. For what? You're risking 20 points. Look at that, 20 points. That's a 200% gain in one trade. And that's how it's done, just by measuring premium levels. Questions?
No questions. No.
No question.
It's simple. It's very simple.
It is and it's not. You just got to keep doing it. You got to do it every day. You got to do it. Like I told you, when I put my charts, you see when I put these in the group.
Okay.
Have a look and study it and think where's he seeing premium here? Where's he seeing this information? Because I'm not going to give this information in the group because people just run and they sell it and they do that. I'm not doing that. So I just give the framework. I mean, there's a lot of people that's never had a one-on-one call with me. They don't know anything about this information.
Scusa Paolo, non ho capito cosa sta dicendo, scusami.
Niente, che queste cose le fa vedere solo a te perché sennò gli altri magari non le fa mai vedere a nessuno.
Sì, questo I know. I know Zed.
I'm also building a 18 page room with all the information you're going to need. Apart from this, it has every single piece of price action you would ever find on the internet, all in the room, but it doesn't mention any of this. But it mentions everything else. So when you start reading over that and you implement this as well, you know, you won't even need to be in the group anymore. You can just go and do your own thing. It's that impactful. It's got all the information basically. It's for beginners really. I mean, you don't really need it, Pete, because you know enough. But for beginners, it's a good start to just understand certain things and what's happening and why price does what it does. You see, the thing is, looking at this looks quite scary because look, if you look at this move here, it's built a lot of liquidity here, hasn't it? Like there's a lot of, so it could actually come back for these at some point this week. I don't know. Because look at these levels. There's a lot of levels is left pending. So you've got buyers here with stops. Maybe CPI, maybe unemployment claims will get 1 week and then straight up. I don't know. We'll see. We've got what, 5 minutes, and we'll see what it does. So yeah, so I hope that that's helped you today a little bit.
Scusa, cosa ha detto Paolo?
Spera che questa cosa ti ha aiutato oggi.
Sì, tantissimo Zed, tantissimo.
We'll do another one next. We'll do another one next week. I really apologize about before. I had so much going on. My brother died. I had a lot of stuff going on. I was moving. Just a lot of pressure I had the last 2-3 months. So every week, every day I've been so busy, you know. That's why I've been missing a lot of one-on-one calls. But I'm back on track now, so I've got time to do them. So we can do another one next week or the week after.
Yeah.
No problem.
Paolo, mi traduci per favore, che non voglio sbagliare. Sì.
Niente, appunto per settimana prossima, adesso è più libero perché ho avuto 1000 cazzi, diciamo, e da settimana prossima in poi comunque vuole farne un altro.
No, spiegagli, a me basterebbe che lui mi mandasse delle spiegazioni, cioè non voglio rubargli un'ora. Lui è molto, molto gentile. A me basta che lui mi manda le analisi e io me le studio, capito?
Le analisi dici con tutte le zone premium, come abbiamo fatto l'analisi
Sì, come
oggi.
abbiamo fatto ora con l'analisi di questa entry, no? Invece di perdere un'ora lui con me, quando lui fa la sua analisi, se me la registra e me la manda, mi fa una roba.
Are you in this trade by any chance? Are you in this trade?
Sei dentro in questo trade, Paolo?
Sì, certo,
No?
certo,
Sì,
certo.
sì, yes, yes.
Oh, you took it.
Oh Zed, io non so come ringraziarti perché tu sei l'unico nel mondo del
This-
trading che sei una persona seria.
you are the only serious
In
person in this trading world.
Wow.
exactly, exactly. Once I said you number zero, remember? Do you remember?
No. Say again.
Once I said you are not number one, you are number zero. You are the only. You are
Yeah,
there
there
are
is no number
no other
one. There
there
are
are
exactly
no serious people in this
field.
world in
But
this
do you know
world.
what it is? A lot of what the problem that we've got in the industry, a lot of people they can't trade. They just sell courses. That's it.
Exactly.
Exactly.
They
See,
won't give you trades that work, you know, they won't give you analysis. They just like I've been in a lot of courses myself. I've been in a lot of because sometimes I get a free if somebody's doing like a 3 week trial, I go to just see what do they know? Do they know something I don't know? Never. I've never come across any other group that can say the price is gonna go here or the price is gonna do this or the price because they don't know. They don't have the information. They sell you a story. They don't have the knowledge, you know? I
yes.
mean, don't get me wrong. I don't know everything. I make mistakes, but I think I know the basics. I mean, I'm pulling what 1,000, 1,500 points a week. So that's that. You know, that says it for itself. I don't really need to show off or do anything. I just the results speak. So
Allora,
that's what I do.
io sorrido quando tu sorridere come si dice in inglese, Paolo?
Smile, laugh,
Eh,
dipende,
no, no,
smile,
sorridere, non ridere, non ridere.
smile, smile.
I smile when you wrote the 4,000 points. Non è necessario che tu scrivi queste cose, tu le fai.
15,
You do,
15,000 this month. I won
you do
15,000.
it, Zed. You do it. You don't need to write 4,000 point or 1,000. Non c'è bisogno che lo scrivi, spiegaglielo Paolo, perché lui li fa. You do it, you
Yeah,
do it, you make it.
Yeah, because you know why some people complain. They complain that I get 100 to 200 a day. Like you see, like sometimes I close the I only have a set time, and that comes under risk management as well. So at 4 o'clock, me personally, I don't look at the market anymore. I close my laptop, I go to the gym, I stop trading. But people message me at like 5, 6 o'clock, and they say, "Look, the price is moving. How do I get in? Why are you not trading now? Why are you not doing this?" And I'm like, "Are you profitable by yourself?" And they're like, no. And I well, exactly, because you're not listening. Like
yeah,
there's certain times you trade. It's not something you can sit there and do all day long because you're gonna lose all your money. You just come to the phase, trade the phases, make it as simple as possible, and that's it. You see me, I don't care if I close at 4 and 5 o'clock there's 1,000 point move. That's not my strategy. I don't care what happens after the hours, you know, it's what we get in the hours and it keeps it very simple. That's how I can manage to get those points because I do the same thing every day, same repetition. There's no change. You know, I'm not trying to chase every single move, top and bottom, top and bottom. Like, for instance, you see this trade here? Very simple analysis. It's going up. Now people are going to get scared. They're going to try and sell.